All right, well, some folks may say this is sacrilegious, and I may agree with you slightly, but I also believe that making jewelry in a poor fashion is also the same. So, as you can see, there's been some soldering on this gold nugget, right? And I've been holding on to this for a while, and I'm ready to refine it. There's an additional piece of gold right there that's been melted. There's a little tiny piece right there. I'm not worried about it. And there's also a piece of some silver there from a pour. Maybe some other foreign contaminants, right? You see all that little silver and gold beads in there. But we are gonna in-quart this 4.7 gram gold nugget with some silver, dilute it, in other words, and refine it. And we're also gonna give some of this gold away. So I hope you guys enjoy this little chemistry video from Vendetta Prospecting. This is Mike, and we're about to get hot here. And the silver and this little melting dish. And we're gonna dilute the gold here so we can dissolve out the silver and leave behind a gold powder with nitric acid. And then we will dissolve that gold, precipitate it back out, and make a pure gold button. Seen this before on multiple videos. I'll post a couple links up in there, but let's melt this stuff down. right, and pour this off. I think I see some clasp pieces. Even, man, I got attacked by mosquitoes so bad. But there's our encorded silver with gold. Looks like we used a little too much silver. It was hard to tell with that nugget what the purity was, but it looks like it was pretty impure, actually. Huh, interesting. We'll see when we get the final results. But this is our gold and silver. And we're gonna next refine this with nitric acid. All right, there is our encorded gold and silver. It looks a little silvery for my liking. May not be the most pure gold nugget we had there, on top of being jewelry. So we'll see when we get this all finalized. But there's the gold and silver. We'll dissolve that in nitric acid next. You'll see that. Let's get pure. All right, what we're doing here is starting the refining process, and we're gonna dissolve the silver, leaving behind a gold sponge. And we're gonna do that next. Nitric acid, distilled water, encorded gold. Let's fire it up. All right, this is where we add the nitric acid. This is just old nitric acid, so it's a little yellow. And as you can see, it's doing some work immediately. And we're gonna get out of here. I'm not gonna film this process, but we'll let it go. That's a weird color. I've never seen it do that before. Got some weird material working here. I'll be back with you though. All right, fume production has stopped. As you can see, we got a gold sponge forming. We're gonna add another little batch of nitric acid. If we get no fumes, that means we've dissolved all the silver out. But I think there's gonna be some more silver in there. And we're trying to do this in a single pot, so I've evaporated a lot of that water off. But let's add another dose and see what happens. All right. I added a little bit, nothing happened. Let's add another 15-20 mil. That will get in there. And it's actually looking pretty damn good. No fume production. We'll let this boil, add some water. All right.
Alright, as you can see, fume production is completely ceased. I'm going to turn the heat off and drain all this off. I'll wash it a couple times, and then we'll catch up with you here shortly.
Something I find kind of cool and interesting. So I turned this off, did some stuff, came back, was letting it cool down, and the silver crystallized in solution. It's going away right now. You can see it. I got the heat turned back on, and it's redissolving in the solution. This is really, really cool. You don't see this all the time. I've never seen it. I've never really taken the experiment this far into a saturated solution when refining gold. It's really, really cool. It's gonna shed and dissolve into the solution, and all you're gonna see is this gold powder left over. It's time to wash this stuff. So there's what we're after right there. All right, I'm gonna pour this off, wash it a bunch of times in some water, some boiling water, and then we're gonna dissolve that gold sponge you see there in the bottom in muriatic acid and a little bit of sulfuric acid and a little bit of nitric, and we're gonna drop it out of solution. Aqua Regia, baby. Royal water. Here's your gold, baby. All right, now it's all been pretty fun, but this is the extra fun part. Sodium metabisulfite, excuse me, SMB. Sulfate and sulfite, there is a difference. Give me a second, let me open this cap. All right, here we go. Let's let the gold drop out. Oh, that's a lot. It's probably a little bit of excess nitric. Knowing me. That is a trip. It's going backwards. All right, we'll let this settle out and we'll come back at you once all the gold's dropped out. All right, and there's the gold and some water cleaning up popping away, and I'm gonna drain all that water off, dry the gold powder up, and then I'm gonna melt this into a button. Now, some folks might be wondering or thinking to themselves, well, selves, man, that wasn't very much gold from a 4.7 gram nugget. You only get 3.1. Yes, you're right. That's about 65%. And I'm showing you the floor in my shed. This is the reason. You see these brown spots here, and here, and here, and here, and there, and all over here? Well, while I was plugging in my silver cell last night, I knocked over the beaker with the gold powder after I was refining it. It was right about there. So, there's the rest of the gold. Accidents happen.